Hey everyone, this is Melvin from StudioUtility.com. I'm doing another video here of the map Alleyways. It's for the BlackOps 3 Mod Tools Alpha. And so we've got a few things to cover today. Custom models, we'll go over a bit more of that. And we're going to go over debris detail, and talk a bit about closing off the map. And we're going to also talk about the underground stuff that we've been working on in the catacombs. Some texture changes have been done and how we went about those, stuff like that. There's also some questions. I've got about, 10 questions here, so hopefully I didn't duplicate any. But we'll cover some of those. If you guys have any questions, obviously ask below in the comment section. If you like the video, click the like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more stuff. But for now, let's get right to it. Custom models. As you can see, I've still got the ones before. I haven't touched these ones here, but I did add the bus. And I've played with the skull model. So take a look at this bus here. If you look at the bus, you can see the texture here, no pixelation. But the normal map is in there, and the normal map's working good. It is a little blurry when up close, so I'll probably go in there with Photoshop and tighten it up, but overall it turned out pretty good. The normal map, custom map, I did in a texture tool, and that also turned out good. The tires, they need a little work. You can see some sectioning here. I gotta clean that up. That's from the normal mapping. Gotta fix up the normal map. But overall, the tires worked well. That's from an Obits in Call of Duty World at War. Just pulled the tire over. Besides that, really, the bus is, yeah, it's good. Once I get a gun, I'll shoot the windows and show you. The windows are great. So you can see here, we've got the perk machines. There's no power on. I started moving some things around. Started getting ready to do power-ups. We're definitely gonna have to do some power-ups. We're gonna have to work on this and see how these work. So we're gonna open this gate here, throw some power on, and it looks like we've got functioning power switches, and these are working with lights, no problems. I did have an issue with light states that I had to troubleshoot, so I was nice enough, or I should say Zeroy and ZCT Chaos, or Zombie Chicken Taco Chaos. These guys were nice enough to lend me their eyes and help me figure out the problem. So thanks to those guys, I should say that right off the bat. There's been a few things been added. Light states is one, but that's just basically, you know, more so codes and lights turning on. I started playing with the actual lighting in the underground area, so we'll get into that in a second here. Hold on, I want to get a weapon. So as you can see, I've started moving the boxes around. Oh, we got a ray gun right away. This is nice. Okay, so I'm gonna take God mode off. And this way I can play as we talk about this stuff. So, okay, let's get to the underground stuff. We'll talk about closing off the map in a minute. Okay, so the doorways here, this obviously still looks like ass, but we'll get to it. In here, you can see we've done some changing with the textures that go behind the skulls. The skulls themselves have been modified. And really, see if I can find one here. Okay, so there's the skull, as you can see in the texture. You can see if it's normal mapped. And there's the skull model. Now, I used the skull model to make a texture. This technique I learned from K6 Grimm, who's now in the Alpha Tools. What's up to Grimm? You're going to check out his stuff because he's a really amazing modeler, talented map designer, level designer, probably the best overall level world builder that I've met so far. But that being said, yeah, he's just getting started, so he'll have some cool stuff coming up soon, and we're going to be working on something together, so that'll be another thing. But we won't get into that yet. We'll get into that in another video. But for now, things like lighting is something I've been working on here. So you can see here, there's no real light in this area, obviously. Torches light everything up. But that also means that this area here wouldn't be lit. So I've added another light approximately somewhere in here with a very, very, very low output, and at the same time, very, very fuzzed edges. Now you can see here from the flame how well it's blended out. So on these new lights, what I did was I left them a little sharper so you can see. So here you can see one edge, here you can see another edge. But as you can see, they play into the other lights quite well. And as you get close, and there's obviously some work needing to be done on the lighting. But as you can see, I'm starting to work on it. Now the lighting doesn't need to be finished right away because obviously these areas look at how terrible they look. But they will be looking awesome when it's all said and done. Okay, I gotta start concentrating a bit here. So when it comes down to lighting, yeah, it's coming. We'll get into the cave in a second here, and you guys will see I've done a little bit of stuff in there too. But the textures on these skulls, I think they turned out really well. And how we got the textures, we took the model and put it on the plane, and we baked it down so that the texture would look like that. Okay, so that when you look at it from angles and stuff, you get a nice bumping. And doing that allowed us to give a good space that we could use to fit the skulls on top of, so that when you want the skulls to stick out, you just place one on top of where the other ones were. And obviously that's a little bit of a giveaway because you guys are going to notice that right away. But when you're playing the game and you're ripping through, you're fighting zombies, it's something you won't notice so much. And at the same time, we can literally match the texture right to the size of the skull because it was the same exact skull. So overall, when it's all said and done with a little bit of work, it will look really good. Obviously, there's no dirt on anything. There's no cobwebs or any of that kind of stuff, but we'll get into that too. Okay, so let's go down here into the hallway. Obviously, doors need to be still need to be worked on. We started lighting a little bit in here, working on stuff. This skull needs a retop, I think. I mean, it turned out okay, but it needs a retop. So you can minimize. Right now, it's about 3,000 polys, and it doesn't need to be near 3,000 polys. Probably get away with 1,000, maybe even less. Because it's, at the same time, the normal map's got to be done well. So as you can see here, it looks pretty good, and it matches the texture behind it because it's using the same color scheme. So overall, yeah, that's turning out good. I like the way it's starting to come together on those. Now in here, you can see we started adding some effects, river rocks. It's going to be a nice little stream coming through here, and we've added a little cut around area. And this cut around area allows us to put another zombie spawn spot here. Make it a little harder for people just to, in a sense, sit in the river and shoot downstream. There'll also be a space coming out over here where zombies will spawn from, but for testing purposes, I've left it empty, so hopefully I don't get killed in the first couple minutes. Okay, so I've also got another area that I haven't really got too much chance to show you, so I'm going to show you guys that now before we get any dogs or anything in here. Now this area here, I should say, is not been worked on. It's obviously very blank. Just getting into the shaping of it, getting ready to set it or in a sense, to design the actual overall area. There might be a pit in here or something. There might just be a big, huge monolithic pyre of skulls. I'm not sure yet, but it basically would be a tight, compact area that combines through this hallway and a couple zombie opening spaces here, probably another one here, as well as probably a cutout in this area and another space in here that will cut out to a small room that will have a cutoff and maybe a cut back in here somewhere. Not exactly sure, but it will be a little bit bigger than this, but I want it tight. I want to make some compact areas and some large areas. So anyways, let's go through here. I think I opened this door here. So this area here, I think, is a wall and needs work. As you can see, it's a small little tiny space, but this is in this same zone. So from the stairs here, down through here, this area in here, and this space in here, this is all one zone. Another zone will start here and continue into this area here, into this hallway here, up to that doorway. So that'll be another zone, and then here will be another zone. This will be the final zone, at least until it connects back. You can see here we've got the furnace. Some of you guys might recognize this furnace. Badass, nicely built furnace that I've taken from the Giant and we incorporated into the map here. And you can do that quite a bit. You can take stuff from the Giant. You guys will be able to do that. Take stuff from the example map, put it into your map, rework it so it fits, make everything fun. The only thing about reworking stuff is you're not gonna learn as much if you just grab everything from another map and throw it in and reorder it. So I would suggest if you take stuff like this, when you're trying to make an area that you want a furnace and you're like, hey, there's that awesome furnace. Why build? Why reinvent the wheel? That makes sense to me. But when it comes down to taking stuff and just restacking it, that's you're going to learn stuff, but you're not going to learn as fast as you're tackling it, just taking it on. You definitely got to bite the bullet and just dive in head first kind of thing. There's going to be lots of helps here to utility.com. There's Maps United. There's COD4 Dev. There's lots of sites out there that will be able to give you information and stuff. So hopefully when it all comes down to it, we'll be able to also compile a big group of models. Stuff like the bus, the cars, stuff like this that we've imported, and get them all working for you guys. So you guys can, save yourselves a little bit of time. Let's do some stuff here. Now the dogs aren't set up in every area. Again, that's because of testing purpose. Okay, let's talk about debris and stuff. As you can see, there's quite a bit more junk in the map. We've added some fires to the second floor. Windows are starting to glow. There's barbed wire everywhere. It's going to be more and more of it. I've closed off this area of the fences. Now it's a spot where zombies can come in. Still haven't tested to see if that's working. What else here? Yeah, we've also closed this area off here. Now there's going to be a space through there. That big gray block in the back there, that's gone. At least soon enough. And these buildings here will be continued. They might be rubbled and burnt to the cinder, I don't know yet, but there's going to be some semblance of on or the space outside of the map. And then at the same time, maybe we'll take that and extend that to the outside of this map. We'll extend it to another map and just keep building. You know, really the only limitation you have is your imagination. Or the only limitation is your imagination. Yeah, the rhymes, or not rhymes. Yeah, limitation. Anyways, I'm a little tired. I've slept a couple days, so bear with me. Let's get to the last one here. What else do we have here? Closing off the map. Yeah, closing off the map, we will get to that. This won't be wide open like it is now. It won't just be a spot where you sit in the middle and shoot at zombies. But at the same time, I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with it yet. This open space is a little too open, though. So we'll work on that. Okay, so what else do we got here? This space here, lots of detail needed in this space. Still have to do the curb we talked about in the last video. Other than that, I think we're doing okay. I think when it comes down to it, the map's coming together nicely. And we'll go into the main area in a second here if I can not die, or if I don't die, and see what else we can find. Oh, sniper rifle, yay. Anyone knows me knows I do not like sniper rifles. Come on, give me something here. I'll do that. Okay, so what else here? Okay, let's get to questions. Are you able to level up using custom maps? Haven't tested that yet. Okay, so once the stuff goes into public beta, I'm sure we'll know that answer for sure. But for now, yeah, that's something we haven't come across yet. Do the gobble gums? Will they be in this map? I'm going to try as hard as hell to get them in there for everybody, because I just think they're cool. And I would like to see it. And if I can't get them working, I've got an idea for an alternative. Whether I'll be able to pull that off, I'm not sure. But we're definitely going to be trying to get something special in here. What else? Okay, so any news about console? No, I have not heard any news about console at all myself. But there might be console testers. I have no idea. I'm only involved in the PC side of things. But if I do hear anything about console, I will definitely let you guys know. People have asked me what are my wishes. Do I want to see this stuff on console? I would love to see custom maps on console. But whether it's feasible or not, from an outside point of view, again, I do not work for Treyarch, so I cannot tell you what they think. This is just a fanboy talking. I would think it's a lot harder on console because you have legal agreements and all of that stuff. You know, you have to pay for cartridges. Back in the day when it came to Nintendo, now you pay for discs, distribution. I'm a Nintendo developer, so when it comes down to paying for Nintendo, it's a lot easier to do an e-release than it is to do a disc release, because it's a lot cheaper. When it comes down to things of that nature, I can't guarantee it, but I would think it's going to definitely be harder than it would be for PC. Okay, so what else are we here? Why don't you raise your settings and run at 120 frames per second? Well, main reason for that is I want people to see what you can do with the tools. I want people to see what it actually is running like on a medium base setup. I've got a R9 290. It's standard card, no fancy fan. It's actually got the box around it. What do you call a reference card? Okay, so I do use modified drivers sometimes. Right now I'm using a standard beta driver from ATI, or sorry, from AMD. My processor is an 8350, and I use 24 gigs of RAM. So it's a good system for developing stuff, but it's not. There are systems out there that are better. That's without a doubt. So what else here? Do I think? So I guess the question is, why do I run at 120? I wanted people to see that you can have all this stuff in the map and it's running at 120 without a problem. Oh, there we go. I died. That's not good. Okay. So so as you can see in this video, I've been running at 60 frames a second. Hopefully people will see the difference in the video quality be better, but overall it's more about showing people what modders can do. See if I can get one more question before this is over. Can theater mode work on this? I'm not sure, not 100% sure. Something has to be tested. Another question we got here real quick. Did Easter eggs, custom perks, and weapons? We have some ideas from custom perks, and custom weapons. Got over a dozen different ideas for custom weapons we're holding on to right now. But at the same time, it's a matter of there's only so many of people, and I'm saying when I say over a dozen ideas, that's me and my friends. So we're going to try and do one of them, most likely. It depends on time. We've all got other things, responsibilities we have to get to. So we're doing our best to get them in there. But there are people working on porting weapons over. That's another question I got. So refer to Zombie Chicken Taco Chaos for the SCG-44 MP, and maybe he'll be nice enough to lend that to me, and we'll get it in there. But for now, there's several other questions here, so I'm going to have to do another video. We'll get to that tomorrow. If you have more questions, definitely ask them in the comment section below. Like the video if you like it. Tell your friends about it, and don't forget to subscribe. If you subscribe, more subscribers, the better. We can get the information out there and get more people modding, mapping, more people enjoying custom content. Okay, for tonight, for today, whatever. You guys have a good one. We'll talk soon. Peace. Oh, I can't quit this yet. Oh, that's fun. Okay, later.